Grant, righteous mate, you haven't ridden in a race, but you've ridden him in a lot of work. Ran well last time out. Are you jumping on him on the right time?
Yeah, look, I've been doing a lot of work on him, and he's a horse that sort of is very lazy in the beginning and laid back, but he does have a turn of foot. But hopefully I can get him a little bit closer to the speed and put him in a winning position.
Certainly looks like he's got a good finish based on his last run.
Yeah, he does. Look, you just have to go with a nice barrier now, so I know he's a little bit lazy in the beginning, but if I can get him in a nice sort of position where he doesn't have to make up too much, I'm sure he can be in the finish.
You've done a bit of work with him leading into his first run. You've also been riding him since that first run. How's he come on since then?
Obviously, I can feel he has improved, so I think it's his peak run, and I'm pretty sure he'll go well.
Precious Sweetie, Grant. A step up in distance, is that what he's looking for?
Yeah, look, he's a horse that does take off quite late, and I've had dropped him in behind a few times now, so hopefully I can get him as well in the winning position, and look, he's doing well at home, and I'm hoping for a big run from him.
Certainly this looks like a good opportunity. He's gone close at his last couple. Does he look and feel to you like he's ready to win?
Yeah, he does feel like he's ready to win now, so I'll just be giving him every chance to ride him with confidence, and hopefully he can go close this time.
Your own form, a couple of months into the season now, how do you feel you're going here in Hong Kong?
Good. Look, I've been a little bit out of form lately, but I'm pretty sure to pick up again. I just need to get my confidence back up, and I'm sure I'll get there.
Time warp, Zac. You know what he's like at his best. You've won 2 Group 1s on him, but the fact is he's run last at his last 3 starts. Where is he at in his career?
He's at the crossroads, I think. He sort of didn't come out of nowhere, but he improved very quickly last season and was able to do some phenomenal things. The performances he put in were obviously world class, but he seemed to taper off at the end of last season, and he just hasn't picked the ball back up again this season. I know he's run at a distance which was short of his best, but he is getting up to a distance now where he should be able to get into his rhythm and be more comfortable, and he's got to start to show us that he's still got it.
The obvious question, how do you line him up against his brother?
Yeah, well, they're both obviously very talented in this race. Being a handicap, you would think that Glorious Forever has got the wood on him, he's got the advantage. It's going to be a difficult race. There's not just those 2 horses in it. There are a few other horses that can gallop a little bit as well. So it's a good race for the horses down the bottom to put their hand up and show us that they can match it with the better horses, and it's just another stepping stone for the bigger horses.
These two have got very similar racing styles. Is there a concern about a potential pace battle?
Yeah, that can happen in any race. We'll just work that out as we go along, and I'll be guided by what Tony says to me, but I'm tipping he's going to say let him breathe and let him run.
Going forward, after Sunday, how important is that race going to be for you in deciding who you ride heading towards the big international races?
Yeah, it's D-Day for both of them, so it's an important race.
Douglas, Sacred Ibis, he's a horse with a good fresh record. You rode him in his most recent trial. What sort of feel did he give you?
He actually gave me a good feel. He's, I think everybody, it's there to be seen. He's not the best beginner, and he tends to get back. But I pulled him out to the outside, and he let down with a good purpose.
How fit did he feel leading into his first up run?
He felt fit enough to be in contention first up. I think whatever he does, he'll improve. But his record does speak for itself in that he looks like a first up horse. And look, mentally, he seems to be going well.
Heading back to last week, the 1800th winner, you've had a bit of time for it to sink in. Are you able to enjoy a moment and an achievement like that?
Oh yeah, it's sunk in now. Reality always hits. It's a lovely achievement to have got to. It's another box ticked. Now it's to the 1900, I suppose. But look, it's over, it's done, and for sure I'm happy to have got there.
SUPERICH, Zac. How impressive was that last time?
Yeah, he wasn't entitled to win. He hadn't showed much speed in his barrier trials. I said to Frankie that he felt more like a 14 to a 1600 metre horse, and he drew a little bit awkward. He wasn't able to show a lot of speed into the first corner and got himself in an awkward spot. I then had Karis Teeton inside me, just ahead of me on a horse that didn't take the corner well, and he seemed to strike heels and blunder and speared off the track. So he speared me off probably 5 or 6 horses going into the first corner, and then I had to come back. He was wide. He was continually taking off his line around the circle. He was in a position where he just shouldn't have been able to win, and he was still able to pick himself up and do it. So it was a very solid performance, and now he's starting to get up to a distance where I think he'll be able to get into his rhythm a little bit better. And I think he's a nice horse. He's definitely an exciting horse going forward.
Could he be a 4-year-old series horse?
I think he is, yeah.
Just one final one for you. After Sunday, you head to Melbourne for the Melbourne Cup. What do you make of Finch's chances for you there?
Listen, he probably doesn't have the strongest form lines, and he really hasn't had the preparation in Australia for the race, but he can stay. His first start run looked like it was solid. He's a 5-year-old horse. He looked like he was carrying a bit of condition. He seemed to get on the bridle a little bit through the early and mid stages of the race, was flat-footed around the corner but kept grinding away. So if he can relax a little bit better and take some benefit from that run, he's probably a sneaky chance, but if we can get some prize money, I think that's probably a little bit more realistic. Hopefully they do a Stephen Bradbury and all fall over and we can just go past him, but it's probably not going to happen.